now that we got the showcase done and over with, I wanted to give my opinions on, this video is long overdue, so I really apologize for how the video actually ended up turning out. My PC crashed in the middle of editing, and I also been working a lot. And yeah, so a lot of the footage I wanted to showcase is just gone. But we'll just talk about as a whole and whether or not I think she's great for your account, my thoughts and opinions on her now that the honeymoon phase is over. So without further ado, let's talk about Yuno. So Yuno, in my opinion, is actually a phenomenal character. I think she's amazing for all content inside the game other than whimpering. In whimpering waste, the issue I have with her is the fact that she does have AoE, but it's just the way her targeting system works. It's like her targeting is kind of clunky. It's like she's like Carlotta in a sense where she has aimbot, so she just auto aims. But the issue is that the range of her auto aim isn't as good. So like sometimes you'll jump like really high up in the air, and if you're really high in the air, she just doesn't target anything below her. Like she can't hit smaller targets unless it's like a massive size boss. And if you're like slightly further away, she doesn't know what to target, so she'll just blast off into the distance and not actually like in a direction where the nearest enemy is. So you will just encounter that quite a bit if you do decide to play with Yuno. But other than that, Yuno is honestly great. I was a little bit worried about Yuno with the TOA because of how centered the TOA is, and I was afraid this TOA was going to make her look broken and trick people into like buying the unit. But no, she dominates in all areas, whether it be holograms, whether it be open world exploration, again, definitely in the TOA, especially this TOA in mid tower. And if you're going to go do like the other section of the tower, like what is it, the hazard zone or whatever, overdrive, there we go. If you're going to go do overdrive, she'll definitely excel in overdrive too. So she's definitely good for your account. She makes a phenomenal main DPS, a sub DPS, and even a support unit. So she's kind of like Brant and Cancerella, but on roids. She's like the next tier of them, right? And I'm really curious to see what Kuro's gonna do in the future. Like, is this just the new thing that's gonna happen with support units now, where supports aren't gonna just be like the kind of characters that just sit there in the back? Like, are these characters gonna be the kind of characters that like now actually do damage, and you can just play them anyway? My favorite thing about is I was afraid also that she wasn't going to have many teams to really synergize well with, because I was afraid her damage might be kind of on the low end, maybe it might be on the high end, who knows. But it seemed as if, like, reading her talents and stuff like that, she was mainly going to focus with Augusta. But even with the minor buffs that every other unit gets from her, because they're not maximizing her her Blessings of the Wane or Blessings of the Wan Light, they're still really good buffs nonetheless. So she actually does provide meaningful damage amps. Depending on how you choose to play Yuno, opens up more teams too. So say like you wanted to make Yuno your main DPS, it's great. She works well with characters like Chang Li. She works great with characters like Jian Jin, Kachona, Yinlin, because they all like boost Resistance Liberation damage, which she scales off of. So it's actually quite flexible. She's quite flexible as a unit. I think that's pretty good. And then if you don't want to use it as a main DPS and you want to use it as a sub DPS, it doesn't matter at that point who do you decide to use. She just does so much damage as a sub and still amps the next Resonator, or not just the next Resonator, but the team. So definitely recommend this character. If you're someone who is skeptical, or not skeptical, but you're like more on the fence about spinning your ass right because you got characters like Galabrina, or maybe there's like another unit that you really want, I think another good thing about Yuno is that she is technically a skippable unit. She's bulletproof, don't get me wrong. She'll definitely make your account have some crazy value. But at the same time, I don't think Yuno is necessarily needed either. I think there's enough teams going on right now that's just great. I think Yuno just makes your life easier for sure, 100 million percent. If you decide that you wanted to pull her, you won't regret it in any way, shape, or form. She's really easy to get up and running, and again, you can just slot her with anyone that you have currently on your account, and I think that's just the great thing about Yuno. So my takeaway is pull for the unit if you really want the unit. If you decide to skip the unit, don't feel bad. You can technically skip this unit. She is skippable. I think she's pretty, I won't say balanced. I think she's broken. I think this girl is super busted. But this video is getting a little bit too long, and I'm kind of afraid my PC is going to crash again. So I'm actually going to cut it short. If you do like the video, please hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notification bells for me. You can find me live over on twitch.tv/render. I'll have the link down below. There you'll catch me play things like Wuthering Waves, some single player games or story mode games. I do like to hang out with viewers quite a lot. If you guys ever want to hang out and play some gachas together, we can totally do that. I am looking forward to Duet Nights Abyss, which I mentioned in a previous video. So do look forward to that kind of content. Whenever Duet drops, I will play that. And because that one's heavily focusing on co-op, maybe we can all link up sometime and play that. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I will catch you in the next one. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. I'll be glad to check your comments out. And I love you. Peace out.